I believe we're now on day 83 of my plan to become the heaviest marathon runner in the world, where I want to run a sub 2.5 hour marathon while weighing over 230 pounds and benching over 400 pounds. I do acknowledge that I haven't really posted any of the progress videos in a while, about a month, maybe a little bit less. So I'm going to just kind of say how it's been instead of just posting today's workout. So I'm definitely quite a bit stronger now, particularly in bench. Before I got 360 pounds for about 2 reps, maybe partially tried the third. There was one day where I would have gone a third, but I hit the racks, so it got messed up. But I would have gotten the third because the first 2 were so easy. Today I did bench 365 for 2 full reps, and I could have attempted a third. I wouldn't have gotten it, but I could have attempted it. Just chose not to. So I was a bit more on the tired side. Squats also going up. I had 4 plates on each side plus a 10. It was in the hack squat, but I had pretty good depth on it, so that's going pretty good too. Arms, legs, shoulders, everything is getting stronger. My weight is also improved. I weigh about 230 pounds now, roughly. It can be a little bit less, it can be a little bit more, but it's about 230 pounds. Anywhere between 228 and 232 roughly, so 230 is not abnormal for me to see, which is good, because I don't have any shin pain or hip pain or back pain or anything when I'm running, even if I run like 10 miles. So that means my body's adapted pretty good to the weight, and I just have to get faster, and then I can actually be 230 pounds while running the sub 2.5 hour marathon. And the other important thing is that I can run the speed necessary for a sub 3 hour marathon relatively easily at this body weight, so my lungs aren't stressing out, my heart isn't stressing out. I can handle it as soon as I improve my endurance. So the weight is definitely moving in a positive direction. In terms of the running, I was seeing progress there, where I did go up for this month from doing the intervals with the fast pace at 8.5 miles an hour, slow pace at 6, bumped both speeds up 0.5 mile an hour, so I would run 9 miles an hour for as long as I can. It was like 2.5 minutes, didn't quite get to 3 minutes, but so running faster for those interval speeds. I decided to change it up instead because the target speed is a little bit faster. So instead of just doing alternating between 2 speeds, I'm actually going to go up to the top speed that I want to be able to jog comfortably at, and then decrease whenever I get too tired. So it'll be the same idea of like alternating and never stopping running. So I'm running the entire time, but instead of just alternating between a fast speed and a slow speed and trying to maintain the fast speed, I'm going to start all the way at the top, and then even if I can only manage that for not very long, build that up till eventually I can run it the entire time. But in the meantime, when I do get tired, I can drop the speed 2 miles an hour. And then if I can't maintain that for recovery, which I can't now, not even close, then I'll drop it another 2 miles an hour. And then if I can maintain that for recovery, fine. If I can't, I can drop it further. And I'll just do it that way. And then I'll, when I eventually get to a jog to maintain, not to necessarily maintain, but to recover fully, after that, that's when I'm going to go fast again. So it's still running the entire time, but there's periods of very fast running and then slowing down as I not get too tired, but as my lungs and heart need a break. And the fast speed I'm starting with is 11.5 miles an hour because that's a very fast marathon time. I want to eventually be able to jog it. So of course, then after that, when I get tired, I'll go down to 9.5 and 7.5 and so on. I can only maintain that top speed for about like 45 seconds right now before I slow down. And remember, I can't just go until there's absolutely no air left in my lungs, or like my heart's beating 195 beats a minute, because I still have to slow down. I don't want to just stop entirely. So that's the new system for running. I feel more confident about that, because if I need to be able to jog at a really fast speed, I might as well just practice that as much as possible. The only way to actually be able to jog it is to do it. If I slowly build up, 9 miles an hour, 9.5, 10, 10.5, it's going to take like so many months. It could be like 6 months, 9 months before I even try the fast speed, and then I won't be very comfortable with that. So I might as well just try now, build it up. Because I also noticed that when I go from, say, 10 miles an hour to 11.5, it's not like it's killing how long I can hold it for. It's almost like the speed isn't the problem. It's just my heart practicing its endurance. So it doesn't really take too much time away from like maybe it'll be a month before I can handle it for, say, 2 minutes, and that would be pretty good. And then 3 minutes, and I'd rather be there after a month than 9 months. So that's looking in pretty good shape. My running's getting better. The slower running, I am breaking it up now. So instead of doing 2 hours of running all at once, or 1 hour to 2 hours, whatever I do for the day, I am doing just 2 separate runs because I bought a treadmill. That second run is not really paced properly like a treadmill, because it's a weird, not running pad, but like that idea. It's like a fold-up treadmill, very small, very weak. I can't even put it flat, so it's on a natural incline. So I don't care about the speed. I only care about what my heart rate's doing, just to keep my heart moving for like, maybe 130 to 140 beats per minute. And I'll just do that for 40 minutes, 1 hour, whatever I do for the workout that day. And that's supposed to build more mitochondria, strengthen my capillaries, make it so my heart can pump more efficiently, and not necessarily for speed. So I am doing both of those. I've been running for generally at least an hour every day, so I am seeing a lot of progress there at 230 pounds. So I say that's good. Getting decent mileage in. Hopefully I can build up to at least 15 miles a day at 230 pounds or more. I could even gain weight if I want to get my bench up. My bench is close to 400, so if I want to keep getting stronger, maybe I have to weigh more. There's not really too much more I have to say about this. The running, the fast running session is a little bit faster now. Strength is still moving up. So anyone who says that you can't get stronger and faster at the same time, they're just not eating enough. If you do eat enough, then I do believe, my bench is going to hit 400 soon, and I've been running every day. So I definitely don't think it's an issue. I don't see why it would be an issue. But that's all I'm going to say for this video. I'm going to try to post more often than I did, so I don't skip an entire month, but it's probably not going to be every day. Got a pretty hectic schedule coming up, so yeah, so I did see progress even though I didn't post. And it's 83 days in, so we're almost 3 months in to the plan. So I was hoping to have more progress than I've seen, but I guess in the very beginning when I just started, I could barely run due to pain in my shins and ankles and everything. So I suppose there is pretty significant progress from there. I went, from not being able to run at all to at least being able to run hours every day. So, and I'm a lot stronger. I can look back. Don't want to take too much time. Yeah, so when I started back in early June, my bench was only like 350 for 2 reps. It looks like I got 350 for 2 or 3. And now I'm at 365. So 15 pounds up on the bench, which, really isn't terrible at all. And then I would do 8.5 miles an hour holding for 2 minutes. Or 1:40 on my first one. So I guess, let's see if I can get 11.5 miles an hour within next month. That's going to be the goal. Get 2 minutes at 11.5 miles an hour before I slow down to 9.5. And then hopefully everything's just going to get easier over time. I did always notice that the more time I spend running a pace, it just gets very, very easy eventually. It might take a month or 2, but eventually it becomes easy. So being able to jog 11.5 miles an hour is pretty good on its own. Now I just need to make my body adapt to learn that you need to maintain this for a while, not just a minute. So that's all I'm going to say for this video.